What's going on, YouTube universe? It's your man Ricky G coming back at you for another video because I said I would make another video of how I was doing after leaving the Jehovah's Witness religious cult. So here it is. I am doing well. Next month, July 24th, it will be 3 years since I was formally disfellowshipped from the Jehovah's Witness religion. And it's a little over 3 years since I actually started finding out all these facts about the religion and deciding that I really didn't want to be a part of it anymore. So in the beginning, it was tough. I've got a video out there that shows me having a pretty bad day. Shunning is never easy, no matter what. So it was tough. I was depressed. I was depressed when I first woke up, and then it was kind of depressing after I was disfellowship because now all of my family and social ties were cut off. And I really miss my family. It took me a lot to prepare for this video without having to get emotional um, because I had a pretty close knit family. So it hurts not knowing what's going on with them, not seeing them, not being able to talk to them. And I lost a pretty good friend too. My best friend, my best man in my wedding. So that's pretty, it can get emotional sometimes, I'm not going to lie. But I've come to grips with the fact that I can't change their minds. There's nothing I can do to change their minds. I've already tried to give them some information, but they're just not ready to wake up. So I had to learn the hard way let me rephrase that. I had to learn the very hard way that you cannot wake a Jehovah's Witness up that doesn't want to wake up. I heard someone say this. I can't remember who it was, but I'm stealing it. It's not my own. I don't claim this. But it's like being in love. The Jehovah's Witnesses are in love with the organization. And who really breaks up with someone that they're in love with? It doesn't happen. Even an abused person would not break up with someone if they're still in love with them. And that's how it is with Jehovah's Witnesses. They're in love with the organization and they're not going to break up. It's not until they are honest enough with themselves to look at facts and research outside of what the Watchtower tells them to look at that doubts can creep up, and then they may be at a point where they're ready to wake up. I will say most people are not like myself. I woke up like that. I looked at one news article about child molestation, and I pretty much at that point said I was done. I had major doubts. And the more research that I had tried to do to make the Watchtower right, it just went the opposite way. And so I'm happy with that decision. My life has been going great. After the depression kind of lifted and my marriage, that's another thing. My wife is still a loyal Jehovah's Witness to this day, and we had a lot of problems when I first woke up because it was nothing but fighting all the time about anything and everything. And so we went through a very rough patch. I did contemplate getting a divorce, but I thought I should give it one last try because I didn't want to have any doubts or regrets. So divorce is a big thing no matter what you believe, especially when you have children. So I didn't want to just sit there and affect my wife and my kids and then have regrets later that maybe I did the wrong thing. So I reached out and I offered to take the first step in making our marriage work. And I got to give my wife a lot of credit. She's done a lot of things that typical Jehovah's Witnesses do not do, such as going to marriage counseling, and that has helped out tremendously. Um, and so our marriage, even though it's not perfect, it's never been as good as it is now. And because both of us are really working to make it work. And so I wish my wife would wake up one day. I don't have any hopes that she will, because I've also learned that if you don't have any hopes or expectations, you can never be let down. So uh, that's that. My marriage is going well. I got my kids. They're 10 and 8. They're in the summer of going into fifth grade and the third grade, and they're becoming their own selves outside of the religion, although they still go with my wife. So they go with her 50% of the time. So every other week they're going to meetings with her. But, they're developing friendships that are outside of the Kingdom Hall. And most of my time is spent with my family and my wife and kids. I really want my kids to grow up to think independently and to think critically, not just about the Jehovah's Witness religion, but about all religions in general and everything else in life. Just to be a critical and independent thinker. And so, I love my kids to death. The last thing I want for them is to get trapped into that cult. So that's pretty much number one in my life's goal, is to not have my kids become Jehovah's Witnesses, because I've seen horror stories of parents getting shunned by their children, and that's my worst nightmare. So outside of that, I'm living life. I'm trying to do things that make me happy. Me and my wife started traveling. We went to Jamaica earlier this year. It was awesome. We want to start traveling and seeing different parts of the world, just enjoying life, um, celebrating holidays. I still don't go all out on holidays because I still do try and respect my wife, but we celebrate holidays, birthdays, although birthdays still, in my opinion, I've never celebrated a birthday in my life, so it's not a big deal to me still. So I don't get too involved with my birthday, but my kids, I do like to celebrate their birthdays, and celebrating Christmas is great. It just, it's a good feeling shopping for your kids and what you'll think they might like, what will make them happy. Try not to spoil them, but hey, if you're a parent, you spoil your kids if you love them. Um, and actually, my last birthday, I did kind of start celebrating, doing something for my birthday. I'm not going to sit there and try and plan a party or ask someone to plan a party for me, but I did get a tattoo for my birthday in September. It is my son's first and middle name. It's kind of like graffiti style. I told the tattooed artist I wanted my son's first and middle name, and I wanted it graffiti style, like if somebody was painting on a side of a building or a train or something, and he did a pretty awesome job. I love it. I love my tattoo. I'm always getting compliments. Some people think it's fake because it looks so colorful, but I love it. And so my next birthday, I'm going to get a tattoo of my daughter's name on this side right here. So I cannot wait for September to come so I can get my next tattoo. My career is going great at work, and which brings me to this point that I'm going to be slowing down quite a bit on my YouTube videos. I may not make a book review for some time because I am concentrating and dedicating all of my spare time to my career and getting some work certificates. Um, So I know y'all gonna miss me, but I'll be back sooner or later. I just need to focus. I need to put off YouTube. I need to put off Facebook for 6 months or so and really dig in deep so that way I can get some work certifications and try to make more money for myself and for my family and for my kids' future. Um, I'm also Me and my wife are looking to buy our first home, which is pretty exciting because we're both doing well. I'm very proud of my wife. She got a promotion at her job to a manager's position, which is very surprising considering the religion kind of guilt you about doing things like that, making something of yourself when it comes to your work. Because as you all know, if you're an ex-Jehovah's Witness, you're supposed to put the kingdom first. So I cannot tell you how proud I am of my wife because I knew she was very reluctant about doing it. And so my wife is doing well with her career and mine's is taking off also. So we're both doing well. We're looking to buy our first home, which I am super excited. So, things are going well. And so last but not least, what I get from a lot of people is what do I believe in now? And so I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Um, when I first woke up, I was a Bible thumping Christian. But as I started to read the Bible, things weren't adding up right. And so I really had to ask myself, I started having doubts about the Bible. I had to ask myself, why am I believing this? And the honest answer to that question was I believe it because that's what I was taught to believe. I never went into an in-depth study on my own as to why I should believe in the Bible. And so I had already done enough research in the Jehovah's Witness religion as to why I should believe in the Bible. I started doing some research on contextual criticism of the Bible as well. Um, and I really enjoyed several of Bart Airman's books. I think I may be mispronouncing it. I'm not sure the right way. Bart Airman, Ehrman. I enjoyed a lot of his books. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos on biblical debates. Started looking up astrotheology as well to see how that predated the Bible and so on and so forth. Looking at how previous religions before the Bible was even penned on how their religion kind of put an impression on what was written in the Bible. And so as of today, I'm not going to label myself because I do not like labels. What I believe is what I believe. And I will tell you this right now, no matter what you believe, no matter what religion you believe, the only thing that you should take away from the Jehovah's Witness religion is what they said, make the truth your own, right? Not the Jehovah's Witness truth, the knowledge that you have at your fingertips to type away and learn about something. You no longer have to go to a library. You can do that on your phone or at your computer, and you can learn truth about things. So make the truth your own. Whatever truth that is, whatever path you choose to take after leaving the watchtower, it's yours. My path is mine. I don't believe the Bible is a divinely inspired book. I do believe there's some things that you can benefit from, but it's a book that just I cannot subscribe to live in my everyday life and base my life upon that anymore. I've read too much stuff. I've seen too many contradictions, and there's some things that I kind of shut my eyes to that I can't excuse some of that stuff. And so I'm not a religious person. I'm not even really a spiritual person. like I said, my beliefs are my own. So that's why I don't accept any labels. I'm not an atheist or agnostic because, there could be a God that created all things. I don't know. If there is one, he's been asleep for thousands of years. And, you know, I've had a lot of good things happen in my life since I've stopped praying to a God, which formerly, the way I thought before, I would have given praise to a deity or a God for helping me out to have these good things. And I'll even tell you a little story when I was battling whether I should believe in God, whether I should believe in the Bible. Am I an atheist? Am I a Christian? What am I? You know, I said a prayer to Satan, the devil, and his demons, and I said, if you're out there and if you're real, just do something. Shake something, say something, move something, slam a door or something. And I pleaded, do something for me. And nothing happened. Just like I had did with God. I did the same thing for God. If you're out there, do something. Talk to me. And no, I got nothing. So it's very hard for me to believe that there are any higher entities out there. And if there are, they're not very much interested in humans these days. So that's where I stand regarding the Bible and religion and spirituality. I just try and live my life to be a good person. Uh, don't be an asshole, an unnecessary asshole to people, and to help someone out when I can. If it's in my power to help someone out, do it. And I believe that's all I need to live my life by. So, anyways, I hope I didn't go off too much. I want to thank you for watching my videos. And just to let you know, I'm going to be on a hiatus for a little while before I start doing some more videos. So I want to say goodbye to you. See you later and hope to catch you on my next video.